George, a favorite author of yours, John Maxwell, I was listening to on the way down here. He had a quote: "There are two great days in a person's life. The day they're born and the day they discover why." I know you'd like that. Can you tell us, can you look back and think, here's the day I discovered why?
I don't know that I have the answer to that question yet. I totally agree with Mr. Maxwell that one of the things that we grapple with in our life is to try to come up with the answer to why am I on earth? What is the reason I'm on earth? There's a purpose for each of us being here. It's not accidental, and so we spend most of our life intentionally or unintentionally trying to find the answer to that question. And for me, I've come to understand it depends on what time in my life that I ask myself that question. For example, to say to myself, who am I? Okay, so as I reflect back on my life now, I'm not the same person that I was when I was 20. I'm not the same person I was when I was 40. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 60. And I'm clearly not the same person that I am now. In June, I'll be 78 years old. So I think when you say, who am I think part of the thought process has got to be at what juncture of my life, and then I can tell you who I was or who I think I was at that time.
Well, let me ask you this. In a previous one of these, I said, give me one word to describe you best. You said giver.
Yes.
Okay. When did you start this giving? Because you didn't have much to start out with.
No, but I don't know. I think we get ourselves into the mental trap of thinking that you have to have something material to give. I think that there are two components to giving. There's the mental part and there's a physical part. And not all of us are rich in material things, but I think all of us are rich in from the mental standpoint. It can be something as simple as putting your arm around someone, something as simple as listening to someone else. A lot of times when people come and say, hey, Jack, I want to talk to you, the first thing we have to do is discipline ourselves as a person to understand what was just stated. I want to talk to you. So what basically then it's the process is be quiet and listen. A lot of times people don't really need your response. They just need someone to listen to them. And it's a desire that I think is more prevalent than ever in our lives today, that people don't really want to listen anymore. They want to talk. And at the end of the day, I've come to the conclusion that the person who listens the most, when the conversation's over, they walk away with far better information than the person who did all the talking. And so I think when the giving part is to serve others, to be kind to others, to practice random acts of kindness, to be supportive. I just think there are a lot of ways that you can probably give in a more richer manner from a mental standpoint than you can from a physical standpoint. And the mental has a longer shelf life than the physical. You give someone a brand new car. At some point, that car is going to wear down and be inoperable. But you can give someone a thought that will ride with them for the rest of their life. A friend of yours and mine, who was a great mentor to both of us, John Savage, said one time that sometimes in life you have to be wrong so somebody else can be right. That's carried with me from the moment John told me that to this day. Here I am, approaching 78, and I still remember that. That was a great gift that he shared with me. But someone can give me a book, a car, a scarf, a tie. There's going to be a time when that's going to fade off into obscurity. But life lessons like John's, sometimes you have to be wrong so somebody else can be right. They print an indelible mark on your mind.